My fiancée's mom handed me a $10,000 bill for raising her. My fiancée said, "Pay it or no wedding." I said, "Let me get my checkbook." Then I canceled the wedding venue and texted her a photo of me and my groomsmen at a bar. Her panicked calls went straight to voicemail. Original post: I, 29 male, was supposed to get married in 3 weeks. Past tense. The wedding's off now, and I'm sitting here with a beer, still processing the absolute audacity of what went down. Been with Madison, 27, for 4 years, engaged for 1. Everything seemed perfect. We had similar goals, great chemistry, her family seemed to like me. Her mom, Diane, was a bit intense, but nothing I couldn't handle, or so I thought. Last Sunday, we were having dinner at Madison's parents' place. Final wedding planning stuff, seating charts, last-minute RSVPs, typical pre-wedding chaos. Then, as we're finishing dessert, Diane slides an envelope across the table to me. "What's this?" I asked. "Just a little something we need to discuss before the wedding," she said with this weird smile. I opened it. It was an invoice. An actual freaking invoice. Itemized and everything. Parental investment reimbursement, food and housing, 18 years, $3,500. Private school tuition, $2,000. Dance lessons, 10 years, $1,500. College contribution, $2,000. Miscellaneous expenses, $1,000. Total due, $10,000. Payment expected before wedding date. I laughed, like actually laughed, because this had to be a joke, right? "This is hilarious, Diane. You really had me going there." Dead silence. Madison's dad, Roger, was suddenly very interested in his coffee. Madison herself was just sitting there. "It's not a joke," Diane said, still smiling. "We invested a lot in raising Madison to be the wonderful woman she is. It's only fair that you reimburse us for that investment, since you'll be benefiting from it." I looked at Madison, waiting for her to shut this down. She didn't. "Mom's right," she said quietly. "They sacrificed a lot for me. It's only fair." Fair? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "You want me to pay your parents for raising you? Their own daughter?" "It's not unreasonable," Madison said, getting defensive. "They made me who I am. The least you can do is show some gratitude. Gratitude is a thank you card, not 10 grand. Diane's smile turned cold. "Well, without this thank you, there won't be a wedding." Madison agrees with me. "Don't you, sweetie?" Madison nodded. "Pay it, or there's no wedding." The entitlement in that room was suffocating. 4 years together, and this is when she shows her true colors? 3 weeks before our wedding? I stood up slowly, pulled out my phone like I was checking my banking app. "You know what? You're absolutely right. Let me get my checkbook from the car." Madison smiled. Diane looked triumphant. Roger still hadn't looked up from his coffee. I walked out to my car, got in, and drove home. Texted my best man Jason on the way. "Wedding's off. Rally the boys. We're going out tonight." Update 1. So that was Sunday night. It's now Thursday, and the entitlement has reached levels I didn't think were possible. First things first, Monday morning I started canceling everything. Venue? Canceled. Got back 70% of our deposit since we were within the 30-day window. Photographer? Canceled. DJ? Canceled. Flowers? Canceled. Cake? Couldn't get a refund, so I told them to deliver it to a nursing home. At least someone should enjoy it. The venue was the Riverside Manor. Super exclusive, 2-year waiting list. Madison had been dreaming about it since she was a teenager, apparently. Cost me $8,000 just for the space. By Monday afternoon, I texted Madison a simple message. "Regarding your mother's invoice and your ultimatum, I've decided to decline. The wedding is canceled. Your belongings are in boxes on your mom's porch." Then I went completely silent. Phone on Do Not Disturb, except for my inner circle. According to Jason, who was monitoring social media for me, I temporarily deactivated mine. Madison posted some cryptic message about difficult times and staying strong. At around 3 p.m. Monday, the comments were all supportive, asking what happened. Tuesday morning, the real circus started. I had to go to work, so I turned my phone back on during lunch. 73 missed calls, 156 texts. The highlights. "Madison, where are you? This isn't funny anymore. My mom says you left Sunday and haven't come back. Answer your phone. You can't just cancel our wedding without talking to me. I'm coming to your office. Diane, this is very immature. A real man would have paid. You're destroying my daughter. We can work out a payment plan. $5,000 would be acceptable." Even Roger texted, "Son, let's talk about this man to man." But here's where it gets good. Tuesday afternoon, Diane showed up at my office, full Karen mode. The receptionist called security when she started yelling about me, owing her money and stealing her daughter's future. She got escorted out, but not before half my office saw her screaming about how I was a pathetic excuse for a man who doesn't deserve her daughter. Then Madison showed up at my apartment that evening with her sister Chloe, 25. I watched them through my Ring camera. They banged on the door for 20 minutes. Madison was crying. Chloe was yelling about how I was probably cheating, and this is what guilty men do. I was at Jason's place, watching it all on my phone. The boys had gathered for support. Jason, Miguel, Derek, Tommy. We ordered pizza, had some beers, and watched the meltdown unfold. "Bro, did her mom really try to charge you for raising her?" Miguel asked for the 10th time. "Itemized invoice and everything," I confirmed. "And Madison backed her up? Said pay it or no wedding." Derek, who's a lawyer, nearly choked on his beer. That's basically selling their daughter. They know that, right?" Wednesday morning, I got a call from the Riverside Manor. Apparently, Madison had called them crying, trying to uncancel the wedding. They told her the cancellation was confirmed, and here's the kicker. They'd already given our date to a couple on the waiting list. That afternoon booking was gone forever. According to my buddy who still has social media, Madison posted a long rant about how some men can't handle strong women, and when people show you who they are, believe them. The projection is incredible, but the peak entitlement came Wednesday night. I got an email, an actual email, from Diane's lawyer, or at least someone claiming to be a lawyer. It was riddled with legal-sounding nonsense about breach of verbal contract and promissory estoppel, and demanded I either pay the $10,000 or reinstate the wedding and pay for emotional damages. Derek looked at it and laughed. "This is either not a real lawyer or the worst lawyer in the state. This is toilet paper." Then Chloe started texting me from different numbers. I kept blocking them. "Madison's had a breakdown. She's not eating. This is your fault. Man up and fix this. Mom says you owe us at least the wedding costs back." Wait, what? They wanted me to pay them for the wedding I canceled because they tried to extort me? This morning, Thursday, I finally responded to one group text that included Madison, Diane, and Roger. To clarify, you demanded $10,000 for raising Madison. When I refused this bizarre extortion attempt, you gave an ultimatum. I chose to end the relationship rather than submit to extortion. All wedding cancellations are complete. Do not contact me again. Any further harassment will be met with legal action. The response was immediate. "Diane, extortion? How dare you? We raised a perfect daughter." "Madison, you're really going to throw away 4 years over money? My mom was just testing you. This has gotten out of hand. Let's meet and discuss like adults." Just testing me? Just testing me? I sent one final text, a test I'm grateful to have failed. Goodbye. Then I blocked them all. Tonight, the boys and I are going to the bar that was supposed to host my bachelor party. We're calling it my Freedom Festival instead. I'm out $3,500 in deposits, but honestly, cheap price to dodge this bullet. The entitlement, though. Imagine thinking you can charge someone for raising your own child, then being shocked when they say no. Madison agreed with it. 4 years, and she was just pretending to be normal? Tomorrow I'm returning the ring. It's worth about $7,000. Between that and not paying the invoice, I'm actually up $3,500. We'll update if anything else happens, but honestly, I'm just relieved. Update 2. It's been a week since my last update, and the extinction burst, thanks to the Redditor who taught me that term, has been absolutely spectacular. Friday morning, I returned the ring to the jewelry store. Got store credit since it was past the return window, but whatever. Maybe I'll buy myself a nice watch when this all blows over. Felt symbolic, you know? That afternoon, things escalated. Madison's best friend Haley started blowing up my phone from her number. "You're a monster. Madison loved you. Her mom was just being a protective mother. You led her on for 4 years. I didn't respond, but I did screenshot everything. Derek said to document everything in case they escalate to actual legal action. Saturday morning was when Diane went nuclear. She posted on social media, I'm told by Jason who was watching the train wreck. Some men these days don't understand the value of a good woman. They want everything handed to them without investing anything back. My daughter dodged a bullet with a cheap, pathetic boy who couldn't even show proper respect to his future in-laws. $10,000 is nothing compared to what we invested in raising an amazing daughter. His loss. The comments were mixed. Some people were supporting her, but others were like, "Wait, you charged him money to marry your daughter?" One hero commented, "This sounds like you tried to sell your daughter and got mad when he didn't pay." Diane deleted the post within 2 hours, but screenshots were already circulating. One of my coworkers sent me the screenshot with laughing emojis. Sunday, exactly 1 week after the invoice incident, Madison did something I didn't expect. She showed up at my apartment with her dad, Roger. No Diane. It was 8 a.m. I only answered because I could see on the Ring camera that it was just the two of them. I opened the door but didn't invite them in. Roger spoke first. "Can we talk for just 5 minutes?" 2 minutes. Starting now. Madison looked rough. Puffy eyes, messy hair, wearing sweats. Nothing like the put-together woman I'd dated. "I'm sorry," she said quietly. "Mom's idea was insane, I see that now." "You backed her up," I reminded her. "You gave me an ultimatum." I know, I was wrong, but can't we work through this? Couples therapy? Something? "Madison, you tried to extort me. It was my mom's idea, and you went along with it. You showed me who you really are. Someone who thinks I should pay to marry you." Roger cut in. "Look, Diane, she's always been difficult about money, but Madison's not like that." "She literally is though. She said pay or no wedding." Madison started crying. "I was under pressure. Mom said if you really loved me, you'd pay without question, that it was a test of your commitment. And if you really loved me, you never would have asked." Roger tried again. "What if we forget the whole invoice thing happened? Can you also forget that I had over 200 people who were coming to a wedding that's now canceled? That I'm out thousands in deposits? That your wife tried to have me arrested for harassment when I wouldn't respond to her texts? Oh yeah, forgot to mention, Diane had actually gone to the police Thursday night, claiming I was harassing her. They looked at her evidence, my one text saying don't contact me, and basically told her to stop wasting their time. That was unfortunate, Roger admitted. Look, I said, checking my watch. Your 2 minutes are up. Madison, we're done. There's no coming back from this. You and your mom showed me exactly what my future would look like. Every major decision would come with a price tag and manipulation. I'm out. Madison grabbed my arm as I started to close the door. Please, I love you. No, you don't. You love the idea of the wedding, the lifestyle I could provide, the image. If you loved me, you never would have let your mom hand me that invoice. I closed the door. They stood outside for another 10 minutes before finally leaving. Monday and Tuesday were relatively quiet, then Wednesday hit. I got a call from the Riverside Manor. Apparently, Diane had shown up there in person, demanding they give her the date back because the cancellation was done without authorization. She claimed she was the one who paid the deposit, and therefore only she could cancel. They called me to confirm I was the sole person on the contract. I sent them the documentation and suggested they might want to ban her from the premises. They agreed. But here's the absolutely insane part that happened yesterday, Thursday. Diane sent out save the dates to all the wedding guests. New save the dates for a date 3 months from now. Same venue, which she doesn't have, same time, everything. My phone exploded. My mom called confused, asking if we'd reconciled. My cousins were texting asking what was happening. My grandmother called worried that she'd missed something. I had to send out a mass message. Madison and I are not together. There is no wedding. Any save the dates you received were sent without my knowledge or consent. Please disregard. The fallout was immediate. Diane had apparently told everyone that we'd worked things out and the wedding was back on with a new date. Madison didn't know about it either. She called me crying, begging me to believe she wasn't involved. My mom's lost it, she sobbed. She's telling everyone you're just being dramatic and you'll come around. Madison, your mom needs help. Professional help. I know, I'm trying to get her to stop, but she won't listen to me. Not my problem anymore. But people are calling me asking about the new date. What do I tell them? The truth, that your mom is delusional and there's no wedding. Please don't do this to me. I'm not doing anything to you. This is all consequences of your family's actions. I hung up. Roger texted me late last night. I'm handling Diane. Please don't take legal action. This has been a wake-up call. I texted back. If I receive one more communication from her, or if she sends out any more false information about a wedding, I'm getting a restraining order. He replied, understood. As of this morning, Friday, it's been radio silence. Madison's social media has gone completely dark. Diane's too. Roger never had any. The boys are taking me out tonight to celebrate what would have been my bachelor party weekend. We're going to the same bar, and Jason made us all custom t-shirts that say Freedom Festival 2024 with a picture of a man running from an altar. Tacky? Yes. Do I care? No. My family's been super supportive. My mom said she never liked Diane anyway, but kept quiet because I seemed happy. My dad just said, bullet dodged, son, and offered to help me recoup the deposits through small claims court if needed. The venue coordinator actually called me yesterday to warn me that Diane had tried to book the venue under a different name for the date she'd sent out. They recognized her and declined. She apparently made a scene and security had to escort her out. Again, the entitlement is genuinely scary. Like, she really thought she could just manifest a wedding into existence without the groom's participation? I'm looking into therapy because honestly, 4 years with Madison and I never saw this coming. Were there red flags I missed? Or was she just that good at hiding her family's crazy? Either way, I'm free. $3,500 poorer, but infinitely wiser. Final update. It's been 3 weeks since everything went down. Figured I owe you all one last update because the conclusion to this saga is something. The restraining order became necessary. Despite Roger's promises, Diane escalated. She created a fake social media profile pretending to be me and started messaging vendors trying to reinstate the wedding. She contacted my employer claiming I'd stolen money from her family, the deposits I'd paid and then recouped. She even showed up at my parents' house at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday, demanding they talk sense into me. That was the final straw. Derek helped me file for a restraining order. The hearing was last week. Diane showed up in what I can only describe as mother of the bride attire. Like full formal dress, hat, the works. To a restraining order hearing. The judge's face was priceless. She tried to argue that I was the one harassing her by publicly humiliating her daughter and destroying her family's reputation. She actually brought the invoice as evidence of something. The judge looked at it and asked, "Ma'am, did you seriously try to charge this man for raising your own daughter?" "It's not unreasonable," Diane insisted. "Parents deserve compensation for their investment." The judge granted the restraining order. 1 year, no contact. Diane called him a small-minded fool and had to be escorted out. Madison wasn't there. According to Roger, who texted me an apology after the hearing, she'd moved back home and was getting help. Apparently, this whole situation made her realize how toxic her relationship with her mother was. Too little, too late, but at least she's getting therapy. The plot twist came yesterday. I got a call from an unknown number. Almost didn't answer, but something told me to pick up. It was Diane's sister, Aunt Julie. "I'm sorry to bother you," she said, "but I wanted to apologize for my sister's behavior and warn you about something." Turns out this wasn't Diane's first rodeo. Julie explained that Diane had pulled similar stunts with Madison's older brother, Victor, years ago. When Victor got engaged to his college girlfriend, Diane demanded they sign a contract stating they'd pay her $500 monthly for consulting on their marriage. Victor's fiancée laughed in her face. They eloped, moved across the country, and went no contact. Diane told everyone that Victor's fiancée had stolen him and was abusing him by isolating him from family. "Madison doesn't even know the real reason Victor left," Julie said. Diane's told her for years that his wife is controlling and manipulative. The irony is incredible. Julie also revealed that Roger's been living in denial for decades, always making excuses for Diane, always trying to keep the peace. Their marriage is apparently hanging by a thread now that Madison's seen the truth. "I just wanted you to know you made the right choice," Julie said, "and that you weren't crazy. Diane's been this way forever. The fact that Madison went along with it, well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, but at least she's trying to get help now." I thanked Julie for calling and hung up feeling vindicated, sad, relieved, all of the above. Last night, the boys and I went out for one final celebration, though it was more of a closure thing. Jason gave a toast to dodging bullets and invoices. Miguel asked if I regret anything. Honestly, I regret not seeing the signs sooner. Looking back, there were yellow flags. Madison always expected expensive gifts but gave thoughtful homemade ones in return. Cute at the time, seems unbalanced now. She'd make comments about how her mom deserved more from her dad. She'd joke about how I'd have to pay up when we had kids. I thought they were jokes. Derek, lawyer friend, calculated that between the canceled wedding, the honeymoon I'd booked, forgot to mention, 2 weeks in Greece, non-refundable, $6K down the drain, and various deposits, I lost about $8,500 total. But honestly, worth every penny to avoid that family. My company's been great about everything. HR actually commended me for handling Diane's disruption professionally. My boss joked that I should invoice Diane for the workplace disruption. Don't tempt me, man. As for dating, not even thinking about it right now. This whole experience has me questioning my judgment. How did I not see this coming? How did I spend 4 years with someone capable of this? My therapist, I started going, says it's not uncommon for people to hide their true selves until they feel secure in a relationship, like right before a wedding. Madison probably learned from Diane that this behavior was normal. The invoice was just their mask finally slipping. The funniest, saddest part? I found out from a mutual acquaintance that Madison's been telling people I left her because her family didn't have enough money and I was a gold digger. The woman whose mother literally tried to charge me to marry her is calling me a gold digger. You can't make this stuff up. Roger sent one last text yesterday. Son, I'm sorry about everything. Diane's getting help. Madison too. We failed as parents. I hope you find happiness. I didn't respond. There's nothing left to say. So that's it. No dramatic reconciliation, no justice beyond the restraining order, no epic revenge. Just a quiet ending to what could have been a lifetime of manipulation and invoices. I kept the Freedom Festival t-shirt. It's hanging in my closet as a reminder. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. And when their mom hands you an invoice for raising them, run. Thanks for following along with this insanity, Reddit. Your comments kept me sane and reminded me I wasn't the crazy one. Time to move forward. Oh, and for anyone wondering, the nursing home loved the wedding cake. The activities director sent me a thank you card with pictures of the residents enjoying it. At least something good came from this mess.